8 o'clock in the morning, and our sourdough's been in the fridge for about a week, and we're going to pull it out now and give it a couple of hours to warm up to room temperature. 10:30 a.m. The bug's nicely up to room temperature. You can see it's got a bit of frothing there, smells a bit sour. We're going to empty out the best part of that bug, all but about 1 tablespoon of bug left. There, just that little bit left there. Now we're going to add 40 grams of high-grade white flour. Doesn't have to be deadly accurate, we're on 41. Close enough. And 5 grams of wholemeal plain flour, just the cheap stuff, nothing special. Okay, we're going to add 55 grams of water, which is 10% more than the weight of the flour. I'm using filtered water. Any amount of chlorine in the water can kill the bug. You give that a good stir, combine all the flour, the water and the remaining bug. And put the lid on, and we'll leave that till tonight when we'll make up the sponge for tomorrow's bread. Get rid of the extra bug, straight to the compost bin. It's 8 p.m. and it's time to make the sponge. So a little bowl here. We're going to put 80 grams, this is enough for 2 loaves. 80 grams of white flour. We're a bit over 80, doesn't matter too much. And I'm going to put another 15 grams of wholemeal. Making that just under 100. I'm going to add exactly the same amount of water. So we've got nearly 100 grams, so we'll put in 100 grams of water, have 200 grams altogether. This water I've heated up in the kettle, so it's just lukewarm. So it's a fairly cool night, I'm going to keep it a little bit warmer. There we go, 200 grams. Now we've got our fermented bug, which is looking nice and spongy and smells nice and sour. I'm going to add 20 grams. I'm going to put that in the esky and leave it till the morning. We just need to feed the bug again. $40 grams white flour, 5 grams wholemeal flour, and 55 grams of water. Mix it all up and we'll put it back in the fridge for next time. It's 8 a.m, we're just checking the sponge. It hasn't really bubbled that much or risen quite as much as we want because the night's been very cold. So I'm just going to put a cup of boiling water in, and that'll warm the esky up, give it an hour or so, and it should be ready to go. But we're going to mix up the dry ingredients. So for starters we need 400 grams of white flour, and 75 grams of wholemeal flour, so it'll be a total of 475. 1/2 tablespoon or 8 grams of salt. It's very critical to get the measurements very close here. And that's the basic mixture, but I'm going to add A little bit of caraway seed. It's a licoricey flavour. And a little bit of whole ground linseed. Yeah. Alright, our sponge is looking a lot better. It's over double the size of when we put it in. Got a few bubbles in it, feels light for its size. We need 330 grams of water. I'm going to mix some cold water and some very hot water and check the temperature to get it just lukewarm. Around 30 degrees would be good. A little more warm. You're going to get this pretty right. 330 grams. There we go, water. Now we're going to add 100 grams of sponge. Now see, the sponge is floating. Very important. If your sponge doesn't float, you're in trouble. So that's looking really good. Let's stir it up. Just keep stirring until it's all broken up. It doesn't have to be completely dissolved. Pour it into our flour mix. Stir that up. When you've got it combined, it should just be a little bit sticky like that. Big sticky ball. Oh, when it's looking like a nice, fairly well combined, that is now, that's pretty good. And we go back into the esky. Keep the esky warm. I'm going to take it and put it in the sun. I just got this out of the esky after a couple of hours. And we're just going to wet our hands. So I've just got a bit of water there, just normal water. I'm going to pull the dough from the edges to the middle like this. Just keep your hands a little bit wet so the dough doesn't stick to your fingers. Just keep going around until it gets a little bit tight. That's it. Back in the esky. That's looking pretty good. It's about 70% bigger than what it was, and we can see that it's starting to grow quite quickly. Alright, so we're going to put it into our proving basket. This is a proving basket. I just get them off eBay. Basket with a liner. So just going to chuck a bit of flour around the edge. Flour on the bench. And just push our fingers down between the bowl and the dough and let the flour fall into the gaps, and that'll loosen it off the bottom. When it's off the bottom, we work it on there. Now we just fold the dough back into itself in a circle, just keep rotating it. It's about right there. And flour the basket. You get quite generous with the flouring or I get stuck. A little bit more. That's it there. Flour the outside in the basket. A little bit more. Done. Back in the esky. Our sourdough loaves are rising quite well. When they're looking like we've reached the top of the basket, a little bit higher, we'll preheat the oven. We're going to cook them in these casserole dishes. This is one out of a slow cooker, and we have a lid for both of them. This one's just a casserole dish with a pot lid with the handle removed, so we don't need the lids to preheat. Going to put them in here. I've got one at the bottom. Close it up. I'm going to 270 degrees. Depending what your oven is, some ovens 250 is enough, but you're better to be too hot than too cool. So let that preheat. And there we have it, straight out of the esky. Yeah, a little loaf ready to go. That's about as far as you want them to rise. If it goes any further than that, it starts hanging over the edge, you've left it too long. Alright. So our oven is preheated. I'm going to pull the dish out of the oven. And here it's very hot. I've got some baking paper over the top. Tip the bread upside down. Pull off the cover. Oh, the liner came off. There you go. Drop it in there. Just got to cut the surface, just cut through the tough surface. So we're going to do a bit of a cross. You can cut this any way you like, but can do it. Put it on. In the oven. Okay, it's been 15 minutes and it's time to take off the lid. This is looking good. There's another one over here as well. Pick up again. Now we're going to readjust the temperature down to 230 degrees C. They've been in there now for about 47 minutes. Looking pretty good. Always better to be a little bit overcooked than a bit undercooked. Like a little bit of burning is good. Looks pretty good to me. I'll pull it out. There. See there, just a little bit burnt on the edges. Just that's how you want it, just like that. And just starting to darken on the bottom. It's a nice loaf, good weight for size. Grab the other one while we're there. Yeah. There we go, same thing. Actually, they probably could have even gone a little bit longer, but they're pretty good, I think. See what they're like when they cool down. Not too bad, very resilient, that's what you're looking for. And the reason I'm slicing all this up is because I found to get the best flavour, I slice it all up and leave it till about lunchtime, just to dry out, and it seems to bring the flavour up really nice. So we'll leave that there, all except for this one, which is going straight in the toaster.